Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm Pamela Clark, founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group, and I'm here with David Smith, the founder of Silicon Valley High School, who has helped us get these podcasts produced and delivered to you.
Yes, Pamela, when we saw the great things that you and your army of volunteers were achieving at New Heights, we wanted to get involved. We're happy to work with you to leverage the internet and make quality education accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere.
Thank you, David. We appreciate Silicon Valley High School helping us to get these podcasts out to the hundreds of thousands of listeners from all over the world. So I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to New Heights Show on Education. This is your host, Maria Ortiz. My co-host is Pamela Clark, and she will be joining us today.
Hello.
Hi, Pamela. This week's topic is Carry the Load, and our guest is Stephen Hawley.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough. Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs to differ. We not only think you are smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group, educational resources to help reach your goals.
Let's get started with Carry the Load. Stephen L. Hawley Jr. grew up in Dallas and graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 2000. He served in basic underwater demolition for SEAL Class 234. Mr. Hawley was SEAL officer at SEAL Team 5 for 5 years and completed 4 deployments in Iraq and Southeast Asia. He currently works as an office tenant rep at Jones Lane LaSalle in Dallas. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, Stephen.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. This is Pamela Clark.
Pamela, thanks for having me tonight.
Oh, no, it's Maria. I'm just co-hosting. So, yeah, it's a great idea. Thanks, Maria.
Yes, Stephen, what is Carry the Load?
Carry the Load is a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to restoring the true meaning of Memorial Day by connecting Americans to the sacrifices of our military, law enforcement, firefighters, and rescue personnel. And we have programs we did have programs in 28 cities this year in May of 2015, in addition to a 27-day, 2,000-mile national relay from West Point, New York to Dallas, Texas. In addition to Dallas, Austin, and like I said, 28 other cities across the country this year.
How did Carry the Load begin?
Carry the Load began with my co-founder Clint Bruce having an experience a few years ago. It was on the heels of losing some good friends of ours that we served with when Clint was at a barbecue on Memorial Day, and observing that day had become just another 3-day weekend, and like I said, on the heels of losing some friends of ours, he, threw on a backpack and started to walk. And it was during this walk on Memorial Day in 2010 where he had an older gentleman that we can only surmise was a World War II or Korean War veteran who walked up to him during that time and asked him, son, who are you carrying? And with the articulation of who are you carrying, Carry the Load was born back in 2011.
Wow, that's amazing.
Why do you think this is important? Memorial Day.
Well, the reason we started this is because we wanted to, again, remind people the true meaning of Memorial Day. Right now, less than 1% of our population here in America is serving in the military, and it's an opportunity to bring people together across the country to honor those who not only lost their lives, but the ones that continue to serve. And through our programs and events, we raise money for those that continue to serve, and for nonprofits that serve our military, law enforcement, and fire and rescue communities.
Memorial Day is traditionally for fallen military. Why do you think it is so important to include first responders as well?
Well, there's just so many Americans that sacrifice for us daily here domestically, and who give their lives to keep us safe. And we as a country, we don't think we've done enough to honor them and to thank them for all that they do. And so, we were very deliberate when we started this, and we wanted to make sure that we were very inclusive. And the bottom line is, if it wasn't for their domestic service and sacrifice, the men and women of our military wouldn't be able to go overseas and and to serve the way they do. So we thought it was important to include those groups as well.
Have you seen a shift on how people observe Memorial Day since Carry the Load began?
In Dallas and on our national relay every year, we have upwards of 30,000 people that come out and celebrate Memorial Day with us, whether it's across our national relay or here in Dallas at a big event. So I'd absolutely say that we've seen a shift in the way that people observe and celebrate Memorial Day, and we've, here we are in 2015 in our fifth event, and we've raised over $5 million to support other nonprofits that support military, law enforcement, fire and rescue. And I would tell you unequivocally that we've seen a shift in the way that, people observe Memorial Day.
What opportunity does Carry the Load provide for younger generations, Stephen?
Well, it's the Carry the Load provides an opportunity for younger generations to come out and learn about Memorial Day, come out and learn about those that have sacrificed and those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. And as a father of five, I always tell people that, the greatest unintended consequence of Carry the Load is, for me to see my kids growing up who don't know anything other than Carry the Load on Memorial Day, and the opportunity to go out and honor and celebrate the sacrifice for those that have, that have given their all for us.
So your number one mission at the Carry a Load is?
Our number one mission is to restore the meaning of Memorial Day. And through our programs in restoring the meaning of Memorial Day, we raise money for other nonprofits that are serving military, law enforcement, fire and rescue personnel.
And I really appreciate the awareness that your Carry the Load is giving to the nation's youth, and is a wonderful focus. Carry the Load actually grabbed my attention last year via the media news. This year, I actually bumped into Carry the Load in Dallas, Texas, when I went to the symphony presentation. And I was like, wow, this is something I definitely want my son to definitely participate next year. So I really, really appreciate you guys, your nonprofit organization. It actually is capturing our young folk. Do you have any personal testimonies that you'd like to share for in the next 4 minutes or so, or I guess like 4 to 8 minutes? Anything that you observed on the relay?
Well, I would just tell you that, again, like I said before, we started Carry the Load because as veterans, we needed a way with which to honor the servants, the service and sacrifice that our friends had made, but we never imagined that it would be embraced the way it was by, the other 99% of Americans that hadn't served in the military, and most importantly, as you touched on a little bit earlier, the way that it would shape not only my children, but a generation of children here in Dallas that don't know anything other than Carry the Load and what Carry the Load's about, and the way they celebrate Memorial Day, and that's the biggest unintended consequence for Carry the Load for me. Being a father of 5 kids, and hopefully teaching the next generation of Americans what Memorial Day is really about.
This podcast is brought to you by Silicon Valley High School, the world's fastest growing, video-based, self-paced, teacher-supported, fully accredited online school that's recommended by more than 96% of students. Take individual courses at just $95 each, or earn your high school diploma at any age. Check us out at svhs.co.
I find it awesome, the national relay, how it starts from West Point, New York, and it just goes through New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, and then goes through Texas all the way down to Dallas. I've seen pictures.
That's incredible.
Do you have any suggestions on, what do people, whenever they join a certain part of the actual relay, what should people prepare for? Are they supposed to wear a backpack, or can you give me a little more feel for the relay?
Yeah, the relay is completely open to interpretation, for whatever people want it to be. Some people carry backpacks, some people carry pictures of loved ones, but, there's, what we always tell people is there's no minimum miles that people have to walk, and there's no minimum weight that people have to carry. It's, Carry the Load is about an individual participant's interpretation about what that means to them. So some people feel the need to come out and walk for, we got some people that walk for dozens of miles with us. We have others that come out and walk for a few miles to 5 miles on a relay. It's completely open to the participant.
Wow. Thank you for your service, Stephen.
Well, thank you for having me this evening.
Thank you, Stephen Hawley. Carry the Load is located at 15851 Dallas Parkway, Suite 600, Addison, Texas 75001. Their main number is 214-561-8693. Their website is carrytheload.org. Stephen, do you have any final things you want to say before we go?
I would just tell people that we as a nation can never forget the importance of that Memorial Day holiday and what it was really intended for, and that if you've never participated with us, come out, go on our website, look we're in events across the country, and look for an event in your area and come out and join us, and you'll see what we're all about.
I have a question, Stephen.
Yes.
Someone from another state. We're from Ohio. I'm from Ohio today. Is there a way that an organization can get involved with Carry the Load, or a group of people to start something, like a partnership or an affiliation with Carry the Load? What's the steps of doing that?
Yes, absolutely. As I said, we were in 28 cities this year, and some of those were in events that have been planned for a number of months. Other of those were events that sprang up during the month of May with grassroots organizations who wanted to raise money for nonprofit partners. So there is a way to through our website go on there, and if you want to organize an event, you certainly can, and we can help you do that. But yeah, we welcome any and all participation during that month of May.
That's wonderful. You may be hearing from our group.
Would love to hear from you.
Hey, Stephen, I noticed that the relays are on the East Coast. What I'm hoping is that you'll have a relay on the East Coast and eventually a relay on the West.
Well, we've got some wonderful corporate sponsors, and our lead national sponsor is J.P. Morgan Chase. And because of their generosity through sponsorship and their wonderful employee base, we are working on helping to grow that East Coast relay into a West Coast relay, and hopefully we'll have a number of relays that converge from across the country and come into Dallas here in the next year or two.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Very
wonderful.
Exciting.
Pamela?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you have any other announcements for New Heights Educational Group?
No, I mean, there's a lot going on as usual. I know I was going to say something else about the online classes. Now I think you were saying that we needed more teachers and tutors. I was going to say, and maybe this is something that Carry the Load would even like to help with. We need some more volunteer online teachers for history, and maybe somebody from Carry the Load would like to volunteer to bring a class on about Memorial Day and teach a class about it, or anything history related, anything about the specific things at Memorial, like a Memorial Day, I believe it started during the Civil War. So if there's something that they'd like to teach about that time and why the Memorial Day was started, we would welcome any kind of help with bringing an online class. We can provide software, and we use GoToMeeting to do that. So we would provide a link, and we would help even build the lesson if somebody needs the help to do that. But we definitely need help with teaching in history, math, and I'm trying to think, art always. Foreign language, we've got a lot covered, but we still need some more different subjects covered that aren't covered yet. And science, we need some science sessions. And then, of course, in-person tutors also, which we mentioned earlier, but we never have enough teachers and tutors. And you don't have to be a certified teacher, but you do have to complete a background check and provide 3 references with email addresses.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Pamela and Stephen Hawley, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone, and have a wonderful week.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget to rate us and follow us on your podcast player. Check out our show page, radio.newheightseducation.org, for monthly announcements and other happenings.